Welcome to the Watchtower, the show where me and Joe recap every episode of the 2001 Justice League animated series and eventually Justice League Unlimited. Today we are talking about, it's not 2001, I think it's 2002.
Have we finally made it?
Happy 2002. Look forward to the best year ever.
January 21st, 2002. Episodes 8 and 9.
Guys, I'm a 5-year-old now.
Paradise Lost. I would be
5.
just 6.
Okay.
This doesn't.
Oh yeah, you're 96er. Yeah, forgot.
This I'm a 90s kid. This is a Wonder Woman centric episode. Joe, start us off. What happens in Paradise Lost?
It's merging with the Lex Luthor episode we accidentally watched.
Yeah, for some reason, when we started the episode, it was episode 18 of season 1.
Yeah,
Not
I don't know. Yeah, that was weird.
Anyway, it starts off with Superman's and Wonder Woman saving some people during a storm.
That's what it was. Okay, I can go from there. They're saving a storm, and they're doing the superhero thing. They're saving the people. She's saving the girl in the tree that's in the tree for some odd reason. And then after all the saving, they do a good job saving. So Wonder Woman's like, man, I miss my home.
You know, I left Themyscira against her wishes.
Maybe you should go back and set things right.
But what would I say to her?
Try the truth.
I'm gonna go visit them. That cool? Okay, bye. And she goes and visits, and then da intro. And then we get there. Everybody's stoned.
Oh no.
Everybody's stoned.
Oh no.
Everybody's stoned. They're all uglier than her. They're all stoned.
Yeah, Joe thinks all of the Amazons are ugly.
It was when they were stoned. It was when they just looked really weird as stone people. Like their features got like so more defined and sharper. Anyways,
and they were all had angry expressions because I'd be angry if I was turned into stone. So
it was just
understandable.
an observation of mine. Then we get there. Then we get Felix Faust. I'm gonna whisper at you. Yeah, you see, I turned your family to stone because I need these relics.
Yeah. So she comes across the main villain for the episode,
Felix Faust,
who is voiced by Robert Englund. Do you know who Robert Englund is?
I know the name.
He played Freddy in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh!
He is such a fun character actor, and he has a lot of fun with this. He does just whisper, which I think is actually really fun.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's hilarious. You have Wonder Woman yelling like, "What did you do?" Well, you see, I have this medallion.
Who are you? Talk!
My name is Faust. Felix Faust. I am a humble student of the mystic arts.
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
He makes a deal with Wonder Woman that he will turn all the Amazonians back into real-life people if she hunts down 3 artifacts.
The 3 relics.
And she flies off, and he opens up a portal, and we find out he's talking to someone. And this
Who
person...
is it?
This person, he isn't happy.
They're a bad guy.
Bad person.
How dare you involve Wonder Woman in your devious plans?
And so she flies off and she goes into this museum.
Well, no. Well, she meets up with the... No, she goes in the museum first,
Yeah, she
doesn't
goes to the
That's
museum
true.
first. She finds the first artifact, and this statue comes to life. And so they have a fight. Pretty fun
Bam
fight.
Kapows.
Yeah, it's one of those weird fights in this series where, for some reason, after a certain turning point in the fight...
It gets really easy.
Yeah.
Well, she was punching it, and then she throws the thing in it, and it breaks its leg. For some reason, that was stronger.
Well, it's made of stone, but I don't know.
She was punching it.
It's a fun fight, but it's still a little
Awkward.
A little off balance. But yeah, then Superman and Martian Manhunter, Batman, and Flash. Well, actually, no. She told
Flash
Batman.
comes later.
No, Flash is there. She told Batman beforehand about this.
Oh!
And Batman's doing some research, so he's off doing detective work. So Superman, Martian Manhunter, and Flash come, and she fills them in, and they're like, okay, we'll go help you. Flash and Martian Manhunter go off to somewhere in South America.
Peru.
To an Aztec
We're gonna
temple.
say it's Peru.
They get an artifact, and a big snake pops up, and then Wonder Woman and Superman go to the most impressive mall ever.
Very nice mall.
And they find an artifact, and it's pretty cool. What it does is it knocks them away, and then when they stand back
They
up,
see each other as different as monsters.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make sure these pieces were never disturbed. Superman?
Diana! What?
yeah. So it's
And
a
they
pretty
can't do
cool
anything.
fight.
And then Batman's detectiving.
Yeah, and then Batman's off detectiving. So we get a fight with a giant fire-breathing snake monster.
Flash.
Pretty cool.
Just flashes.
Yep, Flash flashes.
Martian Manhunter
Man
goes
hunts.
invisible.
Yeah. And we get a little reference to his weakness with fire. I think it was intentional.
The snake blows fire at him, and he's like, ah!
And he stays down for a couple.
he does stay
seconds.
down, yeah.
So I think that's a reference, but
Sure. Go with it. Just say yes.
I like to think
It is.
it is. And then we have one of my favorite fights in the series, which is the Wonder Woman Superman fight, proving
Superman gets his butt handed to him.
yeah. And
Oh.
like there's a part in the fight where he realizes he's fighting Wonder Woman, so he stops fighting. But even before that, Wonder Woman is
destroying him,
clearly establishing that she's as strong as he is.
if not stronger.
Yeah, just no laser vision or
Yeah.
super speed or that kind of stuff.
Freeze breath, super
Pretty-
kissing that can wipe away memories.
Juggling planets,
Back in time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
building the wall of China with his eyes.
That's my favorite one.
All the best superpowers. Wonder Woman gets none of those.
But she does get to beat Superman.
So they have their fights. They get their relics together. They find out that Faust was a professor.
Well, and they find out they break the illusion by looking at reflections.
yes,
That's how they suddenly see each other like immediately after that.
and because of Batman's detectiving, they find out that Faust was a professor who got into the mystical arts, and he got fired for heresy, which is interesting. Didn't know so many people got fired for heresy now.
For believing in magic.
Felix Faust was once a respected professor of archaeology, but when he became fascinated with the mystic arts, he was kicked out of the university for his heretical ideas.
He's done. He got
Let's
kicked
assume
out.
he was he was working at like a seminary or something. But
He was at the Church of Scientology, and they didn't want him.
so they go back. They give Faust the key, and then surprise, the rest of the Justice League is there. Because Wonder Woman just gives him the key, and he's like, "Oh, great!" And then all of them show up because
That's
they
episode
don't.
2.
Yeah,
isn't it?
all the relics. Well, we find
out he's working for Hades.
Yes, all the relics formed to make this key because of made-up mythology that's not actual Greek mythology, which bugs me
Kind
a
of
little.
Greek.
Kind
of Amazonian.
where it's like Hades helped the Titans fight, and because of that, that's why he got trapped in the underworld.
When war broke out between the Olympian gods and their ancient foes, the Titans, Hades struck a treasonous bargain with the enemy. He would deliver Mount Olympus into the Titans' hands. In return, he would be given dominion over all humanity.
Not actual mythology. Which is a little annoying. I'm fine with Hades being a bad guy,
He always is.
even though in Greek mythology he's not a bad guy.
Zeus is more of a bad guy than Hades is, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm fine with him being a bad guy. But the whole he betrayed the Titans and that's why he's in the underworld. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. But yeah, so in episode 2 they go back.
They go back, and Wonder Woman's like, "I have your key," and Faust's like, "Yes, thank you, Wonder Woman. Now, I will turn you to stone as well, because you can't interfere with my plans." And then, but the Justice League's like, "No, you can't."
You brought men here to Themyscira?
Did you really think she'd trust a scum like you?
Yeah, they were fighting him, and then like he made plants pop up.
I mean, plants pop
It's
up. That's what it
basically
was.
Justice League versus Magic. Also, the most entertaining part of this episode: Flash is running, going
Oh my
super
god,
speed.
that scene!
They cut in footage of him running from a different episode.
It's from like a. Is it from a later episode?
It must be. It's him running in front of these
Like a bunch of computer, like
banks.
he's super speeding, and then all of a
Completely
sudden,
different room.
completely
Like,
different lighting, and like he's so much
Yeah.
redder in that too.
Yeah, and like he's at a slightly different angle than he should be. It's weird, but it's only for like a
split second. Like if I blinked and missed it the first time. It was like replay that.
Yeah, it was really.
It's a little odd. But then,
cool, though.
but then they get trapped by the plants, and Felix Faust's like, I have a portal, and then he portals away to go unlock Thunder. Oh, and he takes
Hippolyta.
Diana's mom.
You don't know what you're doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've dreamt of this moment my whole life. Now, let's not keep our new lord waiting.
Pretty cool designed gate. You get.
I don't get the gears, but it looks cool.
Yeah, especially when it's closing. It's just a cool design. And so the Justice League come in, and they basically have a fight with Hades. And Hades
looks like an 80s pop singer male dude who's like going for the edgy emo look.
When he first comes out,
He looks cool when he first comes out.
He has his helmet on. He has his voice. It's really cool. He takes off his helmet, and then it's completely ruined.
Yeah, well, it's the mustache.
Yeah, he has a very like angular mustache, and then like a diamond goatee.
Yeah, and his very fluffy hair too.
Very fluffy hair. But they have a fight. It's pretty cool. He tricks Faust. He turns them all old.
Old.
Ah, yes. Ultimate knowledge. Ultimately, pain and suffering are all man will ever know.
Doesn't know why he doesn't just kill him.
Can't do that all right yet.
Plot wise, I know why.
Well, he dies at the end. Spoilers for the next like 5 minutes until we revealed that. He dies at the end.
Yeah. And so we have a fight. He resurrects some skeletons and zombies. So we have a fight. And then he transforms.
Hades doesn't do much. He just breathes fire and yells like a dragon at them.
And he transforms into a monster creature, which honestly I hate the design of. He has
3 tongues.
3 tongues.
Three
which is
tongues.
Really weird. He has I'm pulling up pictures of Hades from other DC properties, and I don't know why they chose that look for him. It looks like kind of a wolf, but with 3
Spikes.
tongues and horns.
And spikes. Gotta have the spikes.
It's very 90s.
But this is 2001.
2002.
2002.
Happy New Year!
We're 2 years away from the extreme 90s. It shouldn't look like this.
Well, 3 technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they have a fight. It's kind of a letdown, but
It's not that great. Well, they're all taking it individually. And Martian Manhunter, there's one point where like the things are the skeleton people are slashing.
Yeah,
he goes
I like
invisible.
that. He goes invisible, and they're still fighting each other. But
And they're knocking each other down, but then he comes back for the last one, and just kind of slams.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
like,
there's
oh, you did something finally.
Hippolyta does nothing, even though she has the same power set as Wonder Woman. And
Yeah, she gets
really
kicked
cool.
around a lot actually.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. It's
okay.
I remember liking this episode a lot. And then rewatching it, it's fine. I like Faust. I like the voice that they have John C. Riley. It's not John C. Riley. It's John Rhys Davies plays Hades, and I think he does a great job.
Can it be my dearest Hippolyta, here to greet her lord and master on his triumphant return from... but you know where I've been.
Faust dies. He shoots.
Then will they open the door back up?
He shoots. Yeah, he shoots Hades in the back of the back, and
the back of the back, so the front.
He shoots Hades, and so it's because Hades betrayed him, which just goes back to the fact that you should have killed him.
Yeah.
They open the portal back up. Everyone's getting sucked in. Hades
keeps grabbing Hippolyta.
It happens a couple times.
Like 3 times.
And then they close it back up.
And Faust and Hades are back in the underworld.
Yep.
Well, Faust is dead.
Yeah, Faust dies. And so it's ultimately a pretty disappointing climax for the episode.
It's not very great. Well, that is the climax, but I do like the falling action a little bit more. The falling action is actually cool. A little... So they go out... Grease gets fixed... not Grease. Themyscira gets fixed up pretty quickly.
Basically.
Grease gets fixed up pretty quickly. And there's a little award ceremony. It's like, even though we hate you, men, you done good. Here's some laurels.
You are all truly heroes.
And Flash tries to ask out one of the Amazonians.
That goes well.
And then they're like, Diana, present yourself. They're like, although you saved our place, you brought men here, which is no. So you're exiled.
And in bringing these outsiders to our island, you have broken our most sacred law. This cannot be overlooked.
But Mother...
And it's a pretty good scene. It's pretty dramatic. Her walking.
She takes it, but like everybody's like, "What? You can't do that."
Mainly Flash.
Yeah, mainly Flash. Well, I mean, Superman's like that too.
Well, a little bit, but then they make a point of showing that Flash is very angry about this.
Yeah.
Which goes along with in Blackest Night when he was the one probably the most upset about Green Lantern. He seems very young in this. He's probably the youngest
out of all of them. Oh yeah, probably.
And I like it because he wants things to be fair, which is
not how the world works.
Yeah.
This is so bogus. Don't make this harder than it already is.
It was an okay episode.
It was better than Secret Origins. Not as good as Blackest Night. Nowhere near down below. What is it?
The Enemy Below.
The Enemy Below. The Enemy Below is the high point so far, just because that's so much fun. But
it is, and we get some more Wonder Woman, which I like. We get a little bit more insight into her character, but even then, it's not.
Not much. It's not nearly as much as you got into Green Lantern.
Yeah, or even Aquaman.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying I think Wonder Woman is a good character. We both really like her.
Oh, I love her in this.
I like her voice actress. I think she's a fine character. I don't think she's underdeveloped, but I think they could have taken some. They could have done more with her character.
But next up on the list,
next up is War World, which, I like this. It's a Superman-based episode.
Yay!
So I don't want to give away too much, but it's a fun episode. So join us next time for us talking about War World, which is not fun to say.
War World. Oh. War World. Ugh.
Join us next time on The Watchtower. I hit the mic.
I know.